Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The man responsible for killing Trooper Aaron Pelier in the line of duty last year learned his fate today. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Alex Oyola Sanchez was sentenced to 18 years in prison for hitting and killing Trooper First Class Aaron Pelier with his car. He accepted a plea deal in the case earlier this year, and today he asked Pelletier's family to forgive him before he learned his sentence.
Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has more on the sentence and reaction from Pelletier's former colleagues.
Prosecution brought up a history of criminal activity for Alex Oyola Sanchez to try and persuade the judge to give him a harsher sentence in the death of State Trooper First Class Aaron Pelier. But supporters of Pelier and his family say that no sentence can make up for the loss of a husband and a father.
There's a charge of manslaughter in the first degree that you be committed to the custody of Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 18 years to serve.
As the sentencing came down for Alex Oyola Sanchez,
a devastation that continues to be inflicted daily upon Mrs. Pelier.
So did tears from family members and supporters of State Trooper First Class Aaron Pelier.
Friends and family of Trooper Aaron Pelier.
Master Sergeant Todd Fettigan was one of those supporters.
Trooper Pelier was not only an amazing husband and father, he was a brother to over 900 Connecticut state troopers who still mourn his death.
Fettigan was one of those who feel that Oyola Sanchez should receive the maximum sentence of 20 years. State's Attorney Christian Watson brought up Oyola Sanchez's past criminal history when he asked the judge for a harsher sentence.
By his own admission, he was the driver of a car in Puerto Rico where gunshots were fired at another. This resulted in the death of another person. He served 9 years and 6 months in prison for this offense, and others related to drug possession and possession of a firearm.
Earlier this year, Oyola Sanchez pleaded guilty to manslaughter in Trooper Pelletier's death. State police said he hit Pelier with his pickup truck last May on I-84 in Southington and kept going. Pelier was conducting a traffic stop on the side of the highway at the time.
So for him, this day was just like any other. Wake up, get some money, score some drugs, chase a high and repeat.
Sanchez didn't have much to say, but he did have a message for Pelletier's family.
I'm sorry because it was not my intention.
Is that it?
I asked the family for forgiveness.
William Garton is the brother of late Hartford Police Detective Bobby Garton, who was killed in a crash while on duty in 2023. He attended the hearing to support Pelletier's family.
The justice system doesn't seem fair at all for the victims, and we're very frustrated, and we're going to keep fighting for fallen officers and the victims.
Some of Trooper Pelletier's relatives were in court, but they say they did not want to comment on the sentencing. In New Britain, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Now, Connecticut State Police Colonel Daniel Lohman reacted to the sentencing tonight by saying, quote, "Actions have consequences, and taking a life given in service must carry the full weight of the law. No sentence will feel sufficient since no amount of prison time will bring Aaron back. We, as law enforcement, rely so deeply on the scales of justice being even. The scales will always feel imbalanced after the loss of Aaron. Our disappointment with the sentence imposed in no way reflects the gratitude and appreciation of State's Attorney Chris Watson and his staff who've gone above and beyond in their support for the state police and the Pelier family." End quote.
A Norwalk man's charged with murder. Police say he beat his ex-mother-in-law to death with a baseball bat in Trumbull. Police were called to an apartment on Oakview Drive just after 12:30 in the afternoon yesterday. After a brief interaction, police say the man hit the 70-year-old woman multiple times. She died minutes later. Police identified the woman as Linda Shape. Yili Stopku faced a judge today, and according to the arrest warrant, he told detectives he blames his ex-mother-in-law for his divorce, losing his house, and for not having any money. He's being held on $3 million bond. Stopku is scheduled to appear in court again this Friday.
We have new details tonight on the Groton human remains case. The chief medical examiner ruled the woman's death in this case as a homicide. Donald Coffell confessed to killing Suzanne Wormser inside their shared apartment, saying he hit her with a baseball bat over a dispute involving crack cocaine. Wormser's body was found stuffed in a suitcase at Colonel Ledyard Cemetery 6 weeks later. Coffell is being held on $1 million bond and will face a judge again in June.
Today was yet another beautiful day, albeit a little windy, but conditions are changing. We do have some rain in the forecast.
And Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with the first check of the forecast. Rachel, when does that rain arrive?
After 11 o'clock or midnight, and we are just talking about an isolated shower, so this is not going to do much to really quell the brush fire risk, but we'll take whatever we can get. The shower courtesy of a cold front, so it's not as warm as we head into Wednesday and Thursday of this week, but still beautiful. I really want to stress that. Lots of sunshine in the days ahead and just great weather to spend outside if you're not allergic to tree pollen. 71 in Hartford. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s for the immediate shoreline. And here's a look at that cold front. You might be thinking, just a spot shower? This front looks pretty gnarly. There are thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm warnings associated with it. But by the time this front gets to us, not a lot of instability to work with, so it just kind of falls apart. So here's a look at the future radar. Again, after 11 o'clock or midnight, we'll bring in that chance for a shower in some towns, but not much, and it's gone by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, and we don't expect any rain over the next couple of hours. You've got after-school stuff going on with the kids, or you want to walk the dog. Overnight lows only near 60 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow, so it'll be a mild start to the day, and it's a pleasant finish with highs up around 70 inland and at the Connecticut shoreline. Lots of sunshine. We'll take a look ahead at some warmer weather to finish the work week and when showers and storms really return coming up.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Firefighters in East Putnam are on the ground right now putting out a brush fire. Take a look at these photos the fire department shared with us. This is from the Connecticut National Golf Course. We're told fire crews have contained the fire to 4 acres, but they'll be out there for a while to monitor the hot spots. In the meantime, you're asked to avoid Carter Road. We'll update you as the story develops.
And just into the newsroom here, boating activities at Lake McDonough are temporarily closed. The MDC made the announcement just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Officials say an ongoing dam safety project is causing elevated water levels. The lake's boat launch was supposed to open for daily use on Thursday. The MDC says they expect the boat launch to reopen on May 15th. Well, new tonight, New London police are warning Kia drivers about a recent uptick in car thefts and attempted car thefts.
Fox 61's Alicia Hercules looks at why this is happening and what you can do if you have a Kia.
The New London Police Department issued that warning to all Kia drivers on Monday, especially those with cars made between the years 2011 and 2021. In a post on Facebook, police said there is a manufacturing vulnerability that makes the cars prime targets for thieves. They said there's been an increase in thefts and attempted thefts. This isn't the first time this has happened. It first became an issue when a social media trend instructing people on how to steal these cars rose in popularity. Certain Kia models, specifically those with a twist-to-start ignition, are popular targets because they lack standard anti-theft measures. One of those missing pieces, an engine immobilizer, which stops the engine from starting without a proper key. Maureen has been driving Kia cars since 2007.
I mean, it is scary, yeah. I certainly don't want to have my car stolen. It's a huge inconvenience.
Maureen says she was able to get software upgrades to her Kia. She encourages other drivers to do the same.
I reach out to your local Kia and see if, they can fix it.
Junie Gilby says he's thankful he doesn't have a Kia. He says it's important to have an anti-theft system no matter which car you drive.
Lock your cars, and my car has a Blue Link app that can track your car. At least you'll know where it's at if it gets stolen.
Police encourage people to park in well-lit areas, use anti-theft devices like wheel locks, and consider installing an alarm system. Melissa Gilby has been living in New London since 2001. She says the warning from police serves as a good reminder for all drivers to take safety precautions.
You just have to be careful and take your measurements and, see, the best that you can do to protect your property. That's all you can do.
Amid this uptick in thefts and attempted thefts, police ask that you report any suspicious activity right away. In New London, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Another gas leak in Wethersfield disrupted traffic today. This time it was on Forest Drive. The Wethersfield Assistant Fire Chief says a contractor hit a gas main while installing a new water main. Connecticut natural gas crews stopped the flow of gas before anyone had to evacuate the area.
A driver drove into a Torrington Planet Fitness just before 11 this morning, and we have yet to learn if there are any injuries, but it's reported a car went into the Planet Fitness on Main Street there. We're told there's damage to the building, and we will provide updates when we learn more.
State lawmakers are getting closer to officially expanding speed safety cameras on state highways. The Transportation Committee passed House Bill 7058, which would require the Department of Transportation Commissioner to develop a plan to expand speed camera usage on state roads by February of next year. It's been on the House calendar since April 1st, but it doesn't say whether or not it could be taken up. This comes at a time when Connecticut has seen numerous wrong-way driving incidents, plus driving under the influence and speeding.
Well, UConn men's basketball star says he has unfinished business in stores. Alex Cariban will return for another season as a Husky. The power forward withdrew his name from the NBA draft and decided to use his final year of eligibility to play another season in stores. Sports analysts had predicted Cariban to be picked in the second round of the NBA draft, but the 22-year-old captain has a solid resume, contributing to back-to-back national championships for the Huskies in 2023 and last year. And while the three-peat didn't happen this year, Cariban now says he is not running away from a chance to win that third championship.
From players to coaches now, the UConn men's basketball team has a new assistant coach. Mike Nardi joins the Huskies after spending the last 10 years at his alma mater, Villanova. He was the interim head coach last season for the Wildcats. Head coach Dan Hurley says Nardi will bring a unique perspective, and he says he can't wait for him to start.